Authenticity, what even is it? I'm going to be diving into what I believe authenticity is and things I just don't see about people talking about on the internet about authenticity. To give you a little background, I've not planned too much into this video because I wanted to keep it authentic. I did a little prep this morning thinking about what I actually want to talk about, and I found myself not even wanting to record this video because I was thinking, oh, I need to show up in this super energetic state that's just perfect. And I realized I wasn't even being authentic. The most authentic thing I could do today was showing up today on camera in the state I'm in. This is me. Something I've been learning about authenticity is that being authentic is being authentic means just to be you. Even when you're in a low energetic state, you're still authentic. When you're in a high energetic state, you're authentic. Authenticity, it's not this persona of you where everyone thinks you are just this like specific character. Your truest self, your most authentic self, is all expressions of who you are. It took me a long time to really understand that that's true. It took me a long time to understand that your truest self is all expressions of who you are, which was a really hard thing for me to grasp my head around. It took me a while, to be honest. I thought authenticity was this version of myself that people thought who I was. For myself, it was a little bit different because for years I've gotten a lot of compliments for being authentic. I have. I'm very grateful for all the compliments I've gotten for being authentic, although my ego attached to this idea of who I was as an authentic person. And at some point, I lost myself in believing that I was always authentic. I lost myself in some identity that I attached myself to, where I thought I had to be this happy-go-lucky individual that everyone knew. And then I started to slowly realize my most authentic self was staying true to myself. Staying true to myself meant keeping my own word, living up to the things I said I would do, not biting down on my tongue, not letting people step over me, not just doing what other people wanted from me. Putting myself first was one of the most authentic things I did, where I started to truly respect myself. When you start to truly respect yourself, that's when you know you're actually starting to be authentic, because authentic people don't disrespect themselves. Absolutely not, because the most authentic thing you can do is be the truest version of yourself. And the truest version of yourself is literally your highest self, like your best self is literally your most authentic self. I don't see a lot of people talking about this on the internet, that your higher self is literally your authentic self. Your truest form is your authentic self, which in my opinion is your highest self. I believe I am my truest self. I am my most authentic self when I'm doing the things that are best for me, when I'm taking care of myself, when I'm taking care of my health, when I'm taking care of my well-being. I'm allowing myself to rest. I'm allowing myself to create. I'm allowing myself to have all facets of myself expressed without guilt. That is my truest self. And I've started to realize that my authenticity, your authenticity, is your superpower. It literally is your superpower. I think everyone's authenticity is their superpower because that is your truest expression of yourself. And there's only one version of you in the world. There's only one of you in the world, and the world needs you. Like, you're on this planet for a reason, to fulfill your destiny. In my opinion, your destiny, your dreams were literally designed for you by whatever you believe in, God, spirit, the universe, the creator. I honestly believe we were all placed on this earth to live to our highest potential. We were all placed on this earth to live to our highest potential. And that's when, if you don't feel fulfilled, you feel depressed, you feel anxious, you're not happy with your life. In my opinion, a lot of that comes from you are not aligned with your authentic self. You're not aligned with your highest self. And when you start to become aligned with your highest self, you start to be your authentic self, which is the truest version of you. Being your authentic self means to strip away all the conditioning, all the limiting beliefs that have been placed upon you throughout your life. Your most authentic self is that version of you that you have dreamed of, where you are doing exactly what you want to do, where you feel fulfilled, you feel happy, you feel like you are making a difference for what, in whatever terms that means to you. My whole life, ever since I was a kid, I had this feeling inside of me that I knew I could get to this state where I was not just living my dreams, but it was a feeling. This feeling I was chasing my whole life was to live up to my highest potential, where I am my higher self right now. I'm not chasing this feeling anymore because I am it. I feel it, and it feels great. And it's something I've been reflecting on, is that this feeling of living to my highest potential in every waking moment is the most authentic thing I can do for myself. It's the most authentic version of myself. And boy, does it feel great. It honestly does. How do you become more authentic? You just be more of you. You don't become someone else. You don't become this persona that you think you should be. Your authentic self is just you. It's more of you. A question I ask myself sometimes is, how can I bring more of myself out? How can I be more of me? And giving myself that space to express myself more authentically, more of myself. Coming to this point of being authentic, being the truest version of myself, has taken a lot of awareness and being conscious of how I'm feeling throughout the day. Not forcing myself to do things that push me to be burnt out, learning when I need rest, learning when I should be opening my creative outlet, my creative pursuits, being as it present in my body of the needs that I need to fulfill, I think has allowed me to become the most true version of myself, to just be more of me. To be more of you, you have to be conscious of the life you're living. You have to bring awareness through the moments of your day where maybe you've been a bit unconscious. Are you pulling out your phone and just scrolling for 30 minutes and you don't even know why you pulled out your phone? I used to do that. I used to be on TikTok for like 3 hours a day. I was not very happy. I scroll maybe like 20 minutes of IG Reels a week now. And even sometimes that feels like too much. I know it can be a little hypocritical sometimes. I'm talking about like get off social media, get off the apps, because I'm posting on these apps. But at one point I was in your spot. I was watching videos to try and understand myself more. And I'm thankful for all the scrolling I did in the past. I learned a lot about myself. I really did. But at some point, you have to get off the app. If you want to be conscious and aware of who you are, how you are feeling, get off the app. What do you need to feel like yourself? And to feel like yourself, you got to be in your body. You got to be feeling reality. You can't just be scrolling. You can't just be scrolling. And I know it's like, why are you talking about this in a video about authenticity? Your most authentic self is not scrolling all the time. But I'll end that thought there. I feel like my daily rituals have really helped me ground myself in the truest version of myself. My morning habits of meditation, stretching, yoga, my nightly routine of reading, winding down an hour before bed, no screen time, taking care of my sleep more so I have better sleep, so I have better energy throughout the next day. And then when I have better energy throughout the next day, I can be more of me. I can be more of me, and my authenticity is my superpower. So I can create with more energy, honestly. So I think sometimes the routines that we create are actually really like our foundational building blocks to allowing ourselves to be the truest version of ourselves. And just like allowing yourself to be the most authentic version of you, which is just more of you, being more of you. I've been posting on social media for 5+ years, gained over 50,000 followers, hundreds of thousands of likes. I've really exposed myself through my healing journey, through my spiritual awakening, becoming more grounded, and just expressing myself authentically, unapologetically, being who I am. And I know I've been judged by countless people on the internet, by countless people who know me in real life. But that's okay. I'm always going to be judged by people. People can only understand me to their level of understanding of their own life, their understanding of themselves, their perception of life. And that's okay. I'm I feel okay to be misunderstood by others because when I am my most authentic self, which is who I am, showing up today here for you, I can my message can resonate with the people that need to hear it, who will benefit from hearing it. So it's okay I'm judged. And that's the reason I'm telling you this, is that you're going to be judged for being authentic. You're going to be disliked for being authentic. People are going to be uncomfortable when you are your most authentic self. I make a lot of people uncomfortable. I know I do. And not because I'm like making them feel weird or anything, but like I am maybe a bit weird. I am super expressive and outgoing, and I do whatever I want. I dress however I want because I do the most true thing for myself, because I stay true to who I am. I don't mold myself to be more presentable to other people, because if I was molding myself to be more presentable to others, I would not be staying true to myself. So stay true to yourself. Stop putting on a facade for other people. That won't make you any happier. That won't make other people any happier. You'll just feel miserable. So take off the mask. Be more of who you are. And the great thing is, once you become more of who you are, you attract who's supposed to be in your life. You attract people who are a part of your tribe, who value who you are. But if you don't become more of who you are, those people will walk past you and not see you. So you're also doing them a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice by not being your most authentic self. When you're your most authentic self, I feel like you are helping the world more, because you are connecting with people that you should connect with. And I feel like when we connect with people who are aligned with us, that's when we actually start to change the world. We start to change our lives. Because when you are connected with people who are not aligned with you, you are not in a good state. You are not feeling happy. You are not fulfilled. You are not at peace. You are most aligned when you are with your people. And I think it's really important to have your people, to have your community. Humans are meant to have community. We're not supposed to be alone. So if you want to actually find your community, be your most authentic self. Be the truest version of who you are, which is just more of you. Bring out more of you, and you will find your people. The most authentic thing you can do is keep your word to yourself. Now, sometimes maybe a good friend who's aligned with you might ask you to come do something, but your energy level is feeling low. The most authentic thing you can do is be true to yourself and tell them, I'm just not feeling it today. I need to stay in and rest. Now, you might feel a little guilty if you've maybe been a people pleaser, but your true friends will understand this. And it's the most authentic thing you can do for yourself. One thing I want to point out, that being your most authentic self does not mean to be a narcissist. It doesn't mean to stop caring about other people. You're still a good person when you're your authentic self. It doesn't mean to put your needs above others without thinking about how other people will be. That's not what it means to prioritize your well-being. It's not selfish to put yourself first. If you want to help others, you need to like water your garden before you help watering others. So it can kind of seem a little selfish at times to put your needs first, but it's the best thing you can do for yourself and others. It honestly is. I used to be a people pleaser where I just bent over backwards for everyone to be liked. And in that process, I lost myself. I didn't know who I was. And it took a long time of rebuilding that trust and knowing with myself. To trust my word, to trust my intuition, to trust how I'm feeling. It took a long time. To build that trust with yourself is so important. If you actually want to be more of who you are, you have to have that foundation of trust within yourself. I feel like trust with yourself is one of the best like foundational blocks you can have to living your best life, to being your most authentic self. Because the most important relationship you have in your life is the one you have with yourself.
Unfortunately, the storage space of my phone got full while recording, and I didn't know that. We lost a few minutes of footage, but that's okay. I'm glad that I didn't lose the whole video. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you'll call to, like, comment, that all helps me a ton. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.